Uh, I will just introduce myself in Korean first, so that you guys know I know little Korean. 아, 아, 안녕하세요. 저는 파키스탄에서 온 하산입니다. 저는 한국에 4년 전에 왔어요. 그리고 컴퓨터 공학 석사 졸업하고 지금 한국 회사에 일하고 있어요. 2년 반 안드로이드 개발자였어요. 그리고 현재 좀 iOS도 하고 있어요. So today I'm going to talk about some of my story and some of the story of my friends who were here and how we learned Android from Google. So this is the agenda. I will introduce a little bit about Google Study Jams, some of the experiences we had in Korea, and how many courses are there from Google for free, and some future roadmap where I'll go. So a little bit about myself. I had my undergraduate degree in electronics engineering, 전자공학, and and when I came to Korea, I was so shocked. Everybody had a smartphone back in 2010. Although the foreigners were denied of smartphones, I was told that I cannot get a smartphone. I'm a foreigner, and maybe I will run away with the phone. At that time, just the Samsung and Apple war started. And I think back then it was Galaxy S or maybe iPhone 3GS or iPhone 4 was coming out. And suddenly we are now in 2015 and things have changed so rapidly. Now we have Nexus 6, we have Galaxy Samsung S6, we have iPhone 6 or iPhone 6s. Technology is changing so rapidly. And a little bit about myself more. I worked on this app, KineMaster. Now we have almost 3 million users. And it's like a 동영상 편집 app. That's what I know in Korean. And when I joined the company, the UI was terrible. It was 1.0 that time, the version, and we were trying to sell it to some Chinese companies. I mean, they don't care much about UI. It was not on Google Play. We were just selling to some like device makers. And then I started working on a new UI. So I learned all my Android through this app, working from like very beginning, the design, then teamwork, and then getting the customer feedback and changing something. So I was talking about rapidly changing technology. SDKs are changing, APIs are changing, and the upgrade cycles are shortened. Okay, so we have to keep ourselves updated with all that stuff. Traditionally, this was a picture I took in my company. You can see the books there. Even I bought so many books. Like I bought 3 or 4 Android books in my home. They're so heavy, I cannot carry with me. And frankly speaking, I never opened them. Because they have ice cream sandwich, Kit Kat, not Kit Kat. I mean, there is no book for Kit Kat I've seen. They teach the old APIs and in very traditional way. So traditional learning is through books, but it has many shortcomings, like especially being a developer now. So there's a new form of learning method, which I'll just focus now for a few slides. It's online courses called MOOC. It's massive open online courses. And there are courses from various top universities and companies. Like Google has invested a lot. Then MIT has courses. or some other UK universities that have courses. So yeah, but there is a problem. All of these courses are in English, so there's a big language barrier for Koreans, and they have all these new learning methods. When you go online, like you open naver.com or google.com, then you enter a new world. Now you have a new friend or new companion. So you have to get accustomed to it. I mean, you can just open youtube.com and just start listening to music or watch some Korean comedy like dramas or whatever, but then you can use it for good purpose also. So another thing with these online courses is collaboration. When you study some online course, studying alone can be very frustrating sometimes. I mean, you will get stuck somewhere, then you will need help of other people. And if there are some people around you who have same experience before, they can help you quickly. So doing it interactively has more benefits. So talking about MOOC or massive open online courses, Udacity is one of them. So Udacity believes that learning is not a life event, it's a lifelong event. Like it's for your, not just going to university, but after university you keep on learning. And in this changing world, you have to add more skills to your CV or resume. And these are some of the courses I took. Like you can see some courses related to Python or big data, or maybe more courses from Udacity. I started with web development course using Google App Engine. So it was very helpful because at that time Google didn't have any like formal like lecture series or something. They just had some like documentation, but through video I learned about it. Then this developing Android apps. Actually, when I started this watching this course in 2014, just after the Google I/O, I thought that it will not help me so much because I'm doing Android programming for 2 years and then the stuff is repeated. But I think I was wrong. It had so much new stuff, which I will show you in a bit. And then I took this another course, website performance optimization. This is also from Google. It's on Udacity, and they teach you Google Chrome Developers Tool. And then, Git and GitHub is very important when you are learning online courses and doing some collaborative work. And nowadays, I'm learning this course about developing scalable apps in Python, and it is also made by Google. And once you have a backend, like on Google platform, then you can make the client apps very quickly. So let's go to the main topic of today's presentation, the Google Developers Study Jams, and what are these and why are we doing it? Like why Google is doing it. So it turned out that it's a free series of global community-run in-person study groups. Although, I mean, I showed you that Udacity has so many online courses, but you need to meet with other developers and you need some guidance at some point. So Google started this free series mostly through Google developer groups and their Google offices in respective countries. And I will ask Google also, why are you guys doing this? Because you already put so many videos online and there's so much documentation available there, and Google has already so many conferences and sessions going on. One picture I got from the global developer jams group, and it is in Africa somewhere, and it's the final session of Android. So all these guys will finish the course that time. So Google believes that to provide deeper understanding in the course material within a fun and collaborative community environment. Earlier we saw about Go language, like the guy said that it's not stable, you can do it for fun, but if you're doing it alone, it is not even fun. But if you're doing within a group or some like community, then it will become fun. You do something, you show to your colleague, and if you are stuck in some problem, you can get help immediately. So now I'll just turn to the local study jams. So actually, the Korea is always ahead of other countries in doing something. This, I think, Google Campus is also like the first. One is in London and in Seoul. So there are two. So they are the pioneers. So during the study jams in Korea, also they were doing it before rest of the world to set some example because of the wonderful infrastructure and fast internet and enthusiastic developers here. So this photo was taken in December last year during the orientation. And there were, I think, more than 300 developers attending that. So the three main highlights of our study jams were planning and regular sessions and then the hackathon. And many of the participants think that planning is not their part. So planning is something which the helpers or the people at Google Korea will do it. So I didn't, I think, say to my group member that every week we were meeting at Google Korea to discuss about like what is needed or what are the deficiencies and what problems students are facing. And it was very important to discuss something and then bring those things, incorporate those changes in the sessions. So meeting of helpers is very helpful. And then kind of regular sessions are important. So you can see that for my group, like first meeting, second meeting, and we had all the meetings, and then you can put some contents, like what you're gonna study, and then you can choose some volunteers to give some presentation also. Not only one guy will be the like one man show, it will be like everybody can participate in it. So you plan your sessions in advance and choose some good communication method, because some people complain that maybe they don't get the notification at the right time, because now we have so many social networks with us, and I send somebody message on Kakao and he will be online on Google Plus, Hangouts or somewhere, so he will miss. So choose a common platform. And then encourage members to have one or two presentations every time. So this will help them to go back, see the lectures, and then share with other members. And feedback is very important. Like if somebody's doing the hard work, so if you give him or her some feedback, next time he can improve more. So feedback is very important. So it all comes down to hackathon to show what you have learned. The first lecture, if I think all of you have heard today from the Google Play guy. So he mentioned about design, especially before you start your app. Like design is very important. It's something you don't learn with coding. You learn through reading or looking at other apps. So, I mean, if you like some app, you can just download it, use it for some time, and try to see like what is so special about it. How can it get more users? Like, can I do the same thing? So this is something you cannot learn in course. This is something you have to do by yourself, like looking around, checking the like some UI talks, because UI and UX is usually it's separated from developers. So developers think that it is not our part. Our part is just to develop something and give some working code or something. But the apps usually are get popular because of their UI or UX. So for like preparing for hackathon, you have to think about your own app, but first you have to tell other people which app you like what are its good feature that you want in your app also. And then teamwork is also important, because it's not possible for one person to make app in short time. So if you have one guy very good in the UI, other guy very good at the back end, or maybe some using third-party libraries or with the network, so he can work there, and yeah, teamwork is very important. Okay, so this is a sample certificate you can get from Udacity, but you have to pay some money, maybe I think $200 or $400, but yeah, some helpers who were taking the course, they got some support. So this you can put on your LinkedIn and then show people that I have completed a course and I have some qualification. Okay, so I will just quickly show you guys some of the resources for learning Android. Let me show you. So all the activities, first of all, I will just show you this and developing Android apps study group. So you can see that many people were having some meetings and sharing their experiences, and then other people can get benefit of it also. Like if I go down, there were some announcements, feedbacks, and some gifts we got. Yeah. So if you guys join, you can get free gifts, and they are expensive if you buy by yourself. So yeah, and you can get free food also. Yeah, that's the best part of hackathon. Yeah, if you are in a Google space, yeah, don't worry about food. Yeah. So yeah, and I will show you a little bit more. Yeah, you see, so there were like actually the Udacity course recommend 8 weeks for maybe 10 weeks I think for this course, but I think we just did it in short time, and it was helpful actually, because once you are like into it for 2 months, then you feel tired and you want to some change. So doing it less than 2 months is really helpful. And yeah, we have like, you see, there are actual people meeting. It was very cold also, January and February, yeah, January and December, and then discussing about what you're gonna do, and yeah, so yeah, and yeah, I will come here, yeah, and show you some courses from Udacity. The first one is this one we took. So if I go down here, yes. How many of you here have experience of programming more than 2 years? Raise your hands. Yeah. How many of you have Android experience more than 2 years? Yeah, yeah. So yeah, I think this course is also good for you, but it's actually recommended for some people who are new to Android also, but they have some Java experience. Yeah, because you're gonna need Java. So a couple of people in my group, they started learning Java first, and then they moved to this course because actual code is Java. Everything is Java, so you have to understand what's going on. Yeah, on the outside it's all Android, like yeah, you make a UI and everything, but you're actually writing a Java code. So Udacity recommend at least 1 year of programming expertise in Java. Before it was 3, now they changed to 1. So before it was, I think, 3 or something. And if you know any other language like C++, Objective-C, Python, did some web programming, yeah, this course is straightforward for you if you find some group. And another good thing about this course is that it uses Android Studio. Uh, Android Studio became the official Android IDE in December last year. And yeah, this is also very helpful. And they recommend some prerequisite like UX design for mobile. You can just take a look at the code, but I think just if you have some Java knowledge or knowledge of any other language, then this you will be fine. And the syllabus is like actually you make a weather app, and I think I don't have any image. Maybe here, wait. I will show you the output of. Yeah, so your output will be something like this. Sorry, this is just the home page. So you will create an app which gets some data from cloud, and then it saves it in local DB. When there is no internet, you will still see some data. Whenever it gets chance to connect to internet, it will sync the data. So this kind of thing is like you cannot find a good tutorial online to do this using all the Google APIs, not like any third-party API. And then there are very good explanation about activities and fragment. Many people get confused like when to use activity, when to use a fragment. So this course will really help you. And I think the lesson 4 was the toughest one and the longest one. It took a lot of time and many people had complaints. So they redesigned lesson 4. So for the people who are starting now, I think it will be very easy for them to follow along. And lesson 5 is responsive, rich and responsive layout. So if your app is not optimized for tablet, it will never feature on Google Play. Remember one thing. So yeah, the app I showed you, KineMaster, Google just sent an email that they want to feature on like Google Play, give the editors choice badge, but they complain about the tablet, that it was not optimized for tablet. And the other thing is icons. Yeah. So the first talk here today mentioned that icons are very important. These kind of fine details are looked by Google, the experts, because they have designed their algorithm. Like the Google Play will feature your app if it meets Google requirements. So, and then it comes to the user. So first, people have to find your app on Google Play. So you have to meet Google requirements. So you have to learn all the Google like APIs are their standard procedures, and then go for something out of the box. And yeah, it also teaches you services and notifications because this thing is like many people have confusions also, and they don't use much, especially notifications. If you just start spamming the user with so many notifications, he will delete your app immediately. So I think the Google Play presentation initially also focused on it, and this course teaches you the basics of notifications. And then if you complete a final project, you will get the certificate. So there's another course which I want to show you, which is just launched last week, I think. It's about Android performance. So usually people who have already more than 2 years of experience, or who have developed some app, or who have some apps in Google Play already, will take this course. It's about optimizing apps for speed and usability. Uh, the good and bad thing about the Android platform is that there are so many devices you have to design for. I mean, maybe you just think, oh, it's Samsung, it's LG, or maybe it's Nexus only, but no, there are more than 100 or 150 devices maybe. Panasonic also makes, Sony also make phones. Then there are so many Chinese companies we really don't know. China is a big market, so yeah. So then performance really matters, because there are chip makers from, like, chips are like the CPUs are made from different companies. Samsung also make, then Qualcomm also makes. So you have to optimize your code for all of them. And it is like a short course, but it is like very helpful. First you complete the Android fundamentals course, and then move on to this course. And then there are some other courses on Google also. But before that, let me share some of the basic sites from where you can get start. So this one is, yeah, we all know, developer.android.com. So if there is some beginner here, I will just recommend to go there and just start, I think, develop part and training part, and just follow the tutorials. There's so much code provided by Google already. We don't need to write so much code initially. I mean, it's just that you have to find these resources and start. So yeah, when I started Android programming, this was a website always opened on my browser. So I just went through all the tutorials here and tried to just use as a base code and then build on top of that. And then this website is also very helpful. It's the Android developers blog, and they post all the new updates and some APIs, or like Google Play service API changes. Yeah, I follow along this also. And then Google Korea has also this one, I think. This is very helpful. So they do all the translation into Korean, and yeah, there's some good content out there, so it's worth checking out. Yeah, there are some like dev bites you can find on YouTube, and then you can see that they have all translated it to Korean. And the last one is, yeah, like, I think also if you want to get in contact with other developers in Korea, so they have the GDG Korea Android Google Plus group, and I think they have a Slack group also. So you can get in touch with them and join their study meetings regularly. And if there is something new announced in Google community, if you are on this group, you will be the first person to know about it. So they have also one on Facebook. Okay, so yeah, and this one, last one is, yeah, the same one. Okay, let me go back. So I showed you all these courses from Google. There are courses about web. There are courses about responsive images, mobile web development, UX design for mobile responsive web design, and there are 2 apps about developing scalable apps using Python and Java. So we just took this course, and we hope to take more courses in future. And yeah, this course I already told you, it approximately requires 4 weeks, and it is advanced level, and the prerequisite is the Android fundamentals course. And so today I will just summarize what I said. I talked about online courses, particularly about the Google courses and the Google Developer Jams, and how it's helping the local community. And then I talked about my study group experience. And then I showed you more learning resources from Google, not just the Android, but because the Android app is just a client app, so you have to connect it to the web, like the backend. So you need knowledge about like backend. Yeah, I will take some questions. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, if you have any questions, just don't hesitate to ask me. I need some feedback also. Yeah.
Okay. Well, there are a lot of courses and classes online, but I feel like they're all over the place. Is there a track, like a recommended, like this one first, second, third for like web developers?
Yeah, I think I know a website. Google has like a, for example, Google Web, where they have like put them in order or something. It's called Google Web Fundamentals. Yeah, this one. Yeah, so here you have like tutorials, and you have Learn with Udacity. So if you, yeah, if you go with Learn with Udacity, so there they will show you some courses. Like the same topic was through tutorial, but through a course also. So like if you want to learn responsive web design, so you can just show this. So I use this website. This website has changed so much now. They have put more material here, and it is really good, like for a beginner. So it's very good. Yeah, any more question? Yeah, if you ask in Korean, somebody can translate also, so don't worry. Yeah, 한국말로도 할 수 있어요. Because I have some time, like I think 10 minutes I have to spend more, so ask some more questions. Like, feel free, like, yeah, don't, yeah.
Is there any UX and UI courses?
Yeah. I will show you it. I think the first course they recommend is this one. I think it doesn't require you to be a programmer, this one, UX design for mobile developers. So it doesn't require you to be a developer, but it's like, I told you that many people miss this part. Many developers like me don't care about UX or UI, but it's like the customer care about it, the user care about it. So it is very important, and this course is very good. I think, yeah, this course was there for a long time when the Udacity website launched in 2012. So it is, I think maybe they updated something. So yeah, and you can see that 36,000 people joined this course already. So. Yeah.
Udacity course issues the certificate for those who complete the courses, right?
Yeah.
So do you think that it is beneficial in Korea? I mean, as a developer, because I wonder the company employers give more benefit or some credentials.
Yeah.
People. So I
Yeah.
wonder it works or not.
Yeah. I think this, because Udacity is also a Silicon Valley company. I mean, in 2012 it started with a very small, like a team. Now Google's and AT&T spended $50 million in it. So it is a very good, like a growing startup company in Silicon Valley. They had a business model. So they want to train people with professional skills, not just very academic skills. I mean, like Google also believe learning by doing. I don't know about Korea, but if you try for some international company, they will know it. They will give it value. That's why Google is spending so much. It's trusting Udacity for their courses, and they are really high, like content. I mean, we think that it is very easy for a developer to make some video, just 1 month or something. But I think they spend a lot of time. Yeah, and then Udacity has to add some supplementary material also. So it right now I think in US everybody will know about it. Yeah, but I'm not sure about Korea. Yeah, Korea works differently. Yeah, no question. And, yeah.
Have you tried not Google courses for Android or just Google courses?
You mean on Udacity
Or
or?
anywhere?
Yeah, I tried. Actually, Apple, like other companies, they don't have any course by themselves. I think Udacity has some courses from Facebook also, Cloudera. They have one course about Hadoop. I think which Google is also like promoting the Hadoop. So I tried one course on Udacity that's non-Google that was taught by the Reddit founder. Uh, they were actually he initially built his website with I think moved from PHP to Python, and then for this course he learned the Google App Engine platform, and then that was one where that I learned that if some non-Google people can use the Google platform and what are the benefits. So yeah, that course was very helpful for me. But right now, I think if you explore the web, for me also personally, I can find more courses from Google than any other company. Okay, yeah, let's finish. Okay, yeah, thank you very much.